up to people and pull their gray hairs out of their head.
I know. Well, is it true that if you pull a gray hair out, it comes back in twos?
No, that's not. If that was the case, everyone that was going bald would just start pulling their hair out because they'd rather have a head full of gray hair than no hair.
Of 2 gray hairs per one pull.
Seriously, that's so
Well,
weird.
you just told me that I have gray hair.
Well,
I have one. I know that I have one.
Well, I'm going to pull it out because you could feel what it felt like when you pulled my hair just now.
What was like in your forehead? It was in your space.
All my hair is in my forehead.
I need to get a haircut. I was thinking about getting one today. I haven't gotten my hair cut since before Abigail was born. We're going on 2 years here, maybe.
A year and a half.
No, I'm saying the haircut. Abigail's a year and a half. The haircut. I mean, I wasn't sitting there pregnant like, I really need to keep myself looking good right now.
You got your hair cut a while ago, kind of cut, not short, but shorter. But, and the reason is because you wanted to cut all of this, foliage.
Okay, first of all, you're talking about, no joke, probably 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got, I'm trying.
Balayage.
No, balayage treatment.
Balayage.
But I am impressed that you got it that close. So I got my hair balayaged a long time ago, and it was beautiful. It went from like brown to blonde, and it was so pretty.
It was.
Then
I thought it was hot.
Then I went to this other person. I went there once and never to return again because I said, give me balayage. Did not go back to the same girl who originally did it wonderfully because she'd like moved locations.
Was
obviously.
it a different?
Totally different salon.
Okay, so totally different salon.
Totally different salon.
Okay.
And I had never gotten my hair done there, period. I actually got waxed by the mother, and her son was the hairstylist, and she's like, he's the best around. Worst decision I have ever made in my entire life.
No, not worst decision, but definitely worst hair decision.
Yeah, okay, fine. That was in context of our conversation.
Probably come up with some worse decisions.
But so I said I wanted to do balayage. The guy bleached my hair to the roots.
Yeah.
Practically. And
you wanted to cry.
And I said cut it a little bit shorter, and it wound up being like to my chin almost. So I went from like long, gorgeous, thick brown hair, and then went through probably 2 years of
crying
rejuvenation attempts. And so for the longest time, it just grew out, practically turned orange. And then it was so stringy at the ends that, yes, I did have to go shorter. And my now amazing hair girl, who I haven't seen in a very long time, but she's phenomenal at her job, had to bring me back to life, dyeing it darker in order to just go back to my natural color, which I am right now. And you're telling me that there's gray.
It's just the way the light's hitting it there, and I'm just saying.
No, there is a gray. There's one gray.
Is there?
Yeah.
Do you track that gray? Did you name it? It's just one.
There's just one, I think.
I think you might have some friends.
So what you're saying is I need to start dyeing my hair again.
No, not at all. I'm just, I think your hair is gorgeous.
Anyway, we sat down today and I felt like Goldilocks, like my microphone had been all moved around. It's been a while since we've been here. It's the wrong day of the week to be recording.
No, it's
all
not.
Out of whack.
It's not the wrong day of the week to record. Every day is a great day to record.
That's
I'm
true.
in the studio almost every day now.
Well,
recording.
It's out of whack for me.
And I still don't think we're recording enough. But I don't want to. Like, I don't want to record more.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. It's exhausting. Recording is exhausting.
Yeah. Well, you had a very busy week.
It's been a busy week. I just got back late last night, 11:30 at night,
Are you going to talk about it?
I was in Dallas.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So I flew to Dallas.
You're like, yeah, busy week anyway.
Yeah, went out. I was in Dallas. Yeah. I went out.
No, one of our biggest clients has their headquarters in Dallas.
Yep, their headquarters was in Dallas, and they were doing their annual.
Is it Irving or Irvine?
I think it's Irvine, but it's Ing. It's like Irving.
It's spelled Ing,
yeah,
but said Ein.
Right. I couldn't figure out if it's like Irvine or Irving. But it's spelled Irving.
It's spelled Irving.
But I think they pronounce it
But the
Irvine.
locals, I think it's like, you're in Irvine, Texas.
Irvine. Yeah, Irvine.
Anyway.
Yeah. And anyways, I actually love that area. They have like all these mid-rises along the interstates.
Okay.
And then there's like golf courses and then residential. And it feels so spacious. Really? And it's kind of like and you're in these buildings, you're kind of overlooking golf courses and residents. And I'm thinking, golly, like there's not like a city, like you see Dallas in the distance, which is obviously a city and then residential around it. But the corridors feel like they just did such a good job planning and putting in like a great mixture of offices and businesses and hotels and golf and homes. I always look at them like, I don't know. I could probably move here.
What? Move?
If there was a lake nearby.
I'm not moving to Irvine. Until I can say the name of the city, I'm not going.
I think it could be on the list. The weather was really nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. So I've never been to that city. They have a couple of headquarters in that general area. Waco is another one.
Yes, that's their main campus.
Over by Waco is where
Magnolia Farms.
yes,
How did
where
you
the
ever say that?
silos are. And
The
so that's a
silos.
trip I want to go on with you, only to go to the silos.
You're more than welcome to. You want to come the next
Chip
time?
and Joanna Gaines. Yeah, if you're going to the silos. I want to go everywhere. He's going to New York. He's going to all these places for work, and I'm just hanging out at home. My travel has completely stunted.
Yeah. So I was able to piggyback a meeting with the new CEO over there, and,
Which is awesome.
Which is great.
Very
And,
sad that their old CEO
Yeah,
is no longer
and
there.
I'd worked for Neighborly a long time ago, and so it was kind of like just meeting him, kind of explaining what we're working on, see if there's any synergies there. I absolutely just love the way that Neighborly treated me when I was there, when I had a medical emergency, and so in my heart, like I know it's so weird to say, it's like I have like a huge like passion just for them as a company, not necessarily an individual person. But I do believe that the culture
For
they're
such a large
trying to build-
conglomerate to treat their employees as well as they treated you is saying something.
Absolutely. And it
Because you
was-
could be just like a person or a number. I mean, we're talking thousands.
Oh, by the
of
way,
companies
I was a
and
very
hundreds of
new
families.
team member.
Yeah,
at the time.
exactly.
I had only been there for maybe 3-4 months.
I will say there's another company, and I don't mind saying it out loud. Charity Water is where one of my girlfriends worked when she went into a very crazy medical emergency, who actually never returned. You did return to work, but
Right.
they handled that situation about as well as anybody could have at the
Yeah,
time.
and that's
and
kinda
it
like
was a
the-
nonprofit, and it was she was relatively new employee, less than a year, I think, or maybe
Yeah.
just over a year. You were less than a year at the time.
And those are the companies that give you that you're like, hey, we want to strive to be like this.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
These are the companies that you really want to be like. That doesn't mean they're perfect by any means, but if we could do, it kind of comes down to just treating people
Mm-hmm.
like the way that you want to be treated. Like, do unto others as you want to unto yourself. It's like a biblical principle.
Mm-hmm.
You're waiting for more there.
No, I was having heart palpitations. It was,
Really? Is it my voice? Is it getting you excited?
no, it was just weird. I was like, "Oh, am I having a moment?" And then it passed, and I was like, "I'm fine."
Like a moment meaning like that kind of moment, or like you're just
No,
excited to be here with me. And
Very excited to
it was
be
just
here.
like you could feel butterflies. You weren't sure if it was butterflies or just heart palpitations.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh my! Are you okay right now? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Because first of all, this company's going to treat you really good. If anything happens,
I've already got a leave coming up.
Yeah, I know.
Better treat me well.
I haven't even thought about that, and
Me being
what's
gone.
going to happen. And yeah, it's not as much of you being gone because,
By the way-
like the things that you do here, you can do at home,
And I do them,
do
and I
them.
will. Now, the
it's
company...
more like, do I have to leave?
The company now, some people are like, is Chris taking time? This is actually not a planned conversation, but a good conversation to have, which is like maternity and paternity leave.
Oh, we're going to have that right now.
Well, we don't have to.
No, go
but
for it.
I was just going to say, a couple of my girlfriends were like, is Chris going to take time off? And I was like, I didn't really think about it, but no. I mean, like you're running a business.
Yeah.
I think that there's flexibility as an entrepreneur. If you
I
needed
can
to
come in late,
later
come
or
in-
come
leave
home
early,
early if it
work
was
from
necessary.
home.
Yeah.
I know that some of the team members here have asked the question, like, hey, are you going to be working from home for a while?
Like,
I'm
is there going to be 2 weeks where you're not here? Like, no.
No.
I don't think so. It's like- and it's not because you don't care, you're not present, you're the most amazing dad in the world. But I mean, there are companies that they'll give what I was used to when I first joined the corporate world
was European.
was sure there are European aspects.
Yeah.
That's much more generous in the time off that they give.
Yeah, it's also why they get crushed in every war.
But no, don't say things like that.
Okay, it's the truth.
But no, what I was going to say is like, it was very typical to say a man can have up to 2 weeks off. Now there's some companies, which is very interesting, where and we don't need to get political or controversial or anything like that, but where it's like, we're going to give maternity, paternity leave, but you can't dictate like a certain amount of time for a woman versus a man. And so it's just, if there's leave associated to a child, it has to be the same for the man or the woman, which I think it's very different what a man or a woman
100%
goes
it's
through.
different.
Part of the woman's recovery is because she had something physical happen to her body. So like,
Yeah,
even if you
it's a
were a
medical
woman
procedure.
who had a surrogate, let's just say, then like that didn't happen to you. Maybe you're not recovering from a C-section or vaginal birth.
Okay,
Like,
first of all, that doesn't happen to any. No one can afford. Like you're talking
anyone
about like
working isn't getting a
0.1
surrogate.
Anyone listening to us is not talking about getting a surrogate.
that's true.
Okay, that's not our
pretty-
audience.
They're pretty
Our
pricey.
audience right now is in Greece.
Well,
or
if they are, they're
that
not working
audience is
an
on-
hourly job.
Exactly.
That's what. Yeah, that's true.
No.
But anyway, that's all I was going to say. But so then there's some companies, we know a few where we've had men who have gotten 3 months off.
Yeah,
And you're like, what?
in 3 months, I could totally reinvent myself, start another company. Like I don't know what I'd do with 3 months.
But
you know
that's
what?
the thing.
I'll tell you what. Can this company pay me for 3 months, and I'll just go?
No,
do
because this
something?
company is what you're doing to build your
I
hopes
know.
and dreams. That's the whole
I
point.
know.
You've already
I don't
started.
even know how we're gonna get started.
But anyway, there is another company that I'm doing contracting work for. They will probably miss the help that I'm giving them a little bit more than this company will
oh
miss.
hell yeah, they will.
I was just on the phone this morning. So that actually funny story about this company that
Yeah, so I obviously was just in Dallas.
Yeah.
and so you are already under the additional stress of being pregnant and also having a 1.5-year-old at the house.
Yeah.
and trying to get
But
sleep.
no, honestly,
and-
no stress because things are great. We have an amazing daughter. She's a joy to be around.
Absolutely.
And I'm very used to having her for a full day. You were leaving and I was like, you come home at 6, she goes to bed at 7. It's not that big of a deal. What is the big deal is when she's not sleeping at night, that's when it gets hard.
Yeah.
Like you need the help and support. I tried the other night. You were leaving at 3:30 in the morning to catch the flight to Dallas. And she must have been up from like 10:30 to 1:30. And she's got like tooth pain or whatever. And you were like, let me help you. And I was like, go to sleep.
You're like,
you
"Go
have
to
an
sleep."
important meeting tomorrow. And so I'm like,
did.
leave me alone. And so anyway, I was tired the next day, like doing the full day off of very little sleep. But the next night after you had left, I got her to bed. She woke up at like, I don't know, 9:45, but I did get her back down at like 10 or 10:30. And then she stayed down. And I was like, okay, perfect. So we're going on like weeks of just like wake ups in the middle of the night. Sometimes they're for an hour, sometimes they're for 3 to 4 hours. You just never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit of a struggle. So this night you're gone. I've had her all day long and I'm finally like, oh my God, I can sleep. But I'm so paranoid that I'm like, I wanted to watch a little bit of TV and I didn't even want the volume on the TV, even though it's like floors away from her. So I put my AirPods in and I end up falling asleep wearing my AirPods because I normally sleep with my phone on silent. Well, I wake up to the sound of my phone ringing in my ear. And I'm like, and I look at the phone, you're out of town. So my first instinct is, oh my God,
Something happened.
Are
Chris.
you okay?
Right.
And
I
so
actually didn't even think about that.
So I like
Yeah.
look at my phone and it's some random Kansas City number. And I'm like, what the?
And there's a trade show going on in Kansas
Well, but
City.
I didn't even clock that.
You didn't register that.
No, it's
you
midnight. I
still
was
answered
sleeping.
it.
No, I didn't answer the phone.
Oh, you didn't.
I did not answer the phone. I looked at my phone. It's midnight. Random numbers calling me. My husband's not home. I'm not picking up. It's like someone knocking on the door, not answering. And so,
It's like you answer the phone. It's like,
Clarice, like,
is your downstairs door
no,
locked?
literally, like
And
it
you're
could be
like
scream.
just now you've just
I would
shit
be
the
gone.
bed
Yes.
because you're
so I
like
don't answer the phone.
3 stories away.
So there's there's a voicemail and a text message that comes through immediately. And I'm
Okay.
like, what is going on? So I look at, and what's funny is if my phone was on silent, I would have never woken up, wouldn't have heard it. Like I would have heard the baby camera, but I would have never heard that. So I look at the voicemail and I forgot, but we as a client, event. We're hosting a private event that night, an after hours event. It was a party. I helped facilitate all the logistics. So they had my contact information.
Right.
Even though I gave them an on-site contact for someone
Yep.
who was physically there that could help. Well, this woman leaves me a message and she's like, your event has ended and a lot of people are quite intoxicated and they don't want to leave and we need your help. And it's like midnight. I'm cities away. And I'm like,
No, you're 2,000 miles away.
what do you want me to do?
I'm gonna
for
I'm
my
gonna call these
drunk
intoxicated
team
people over the phone.
that won't leave. You can't get them to leave.
It must
in
have been a
person.
great party.
I'm like you, and that's what I wrote her after the fact. And I go, thank you so much for the event. You know it was a good event when you're playing phone tag at midnight because they will not leave the establishment.
Yeah.
And so. Anyway, it was quite funny. The person who was the on-site contact was like, I'm so mad that they called you and woke you up and whatever.
Yeah, we're charging for that. That's like OT.
Yeah, that's overtime for sure. But anyway, it was hilarious. I was like, the one night my daughter slept through the night, I was woken up by a phone call for
my God.
drunks in another city.
Well, it's like the other day, like we were away last weekend, and we had a really rough night the first night with Abs, and we were up at 1 a.m, and we were up from 1 to 3.
And we say rough, by the way. She's like the sweetest,
No,
funniest
it's
thing
just
in the
that
world.
you're up. You just
She's
get
not
tired.
screaming. She's just like, hey guys, I slept for a little bit.
you wanna
Now
play?
I'm up and want to
Yeah.
hang.
You're like,
Yeah.
you need to sleep.
I know.
So all of a sudden, the next night, I feel like we're going to get a good night's sleep. Like, it's like, okay, we're going to sleep through the night. And
Oh my
then
God,
I
I
hear
forgot
this
about
chirping
this.
sound. It's like,
By the way, I'm dead asleep. Hold on. First of all, yes. So you get up, but I'm dead asleep.
you're dead asleep
And he turns on the light in the closet.
to the closet.
And so that wakes me up. And I'm like, what are you doing?
And I go,
what time is it?
I go, the smoke detector keeps chirping. So
And I'm like, oh,
we don't have a
my
ladder at
God.
the cottage. So I take a dresser and I move the dresser
Okay,
over
you guys,
underneath
this dresser
the fire alarm.
This dresser is from like the 1900s.
No, it's
he
not.
stands on it, and it's like
if it was from 1900s, it would have been fine. The fact that it was from like,
you're
you
right.
know,
2007.
Ashley Furniture.
Yeah.
Like that's the reason why we have to be. If it was
So
from
he's-
IKEA, I wouldn't even have got on it.
Well, you shouldn't have got on it anyway. He's standing on this thing, and all I can hear is the wood like creaking, and I'm like, it's going.
And I'm tired.
down.
And I'm like, if this thing breaks, I'll be okay. I mean, I'm only going to fall 4 or 5 feet.
Oh my, and I'm just in bed and I'm like, oh my God, is this over? So then he's standing up there on this piece of furniture that's going to collapse at any minute. And he's like, turn the light on in the closet, but he's like, I need a light. I can't see. So now I got to get up.
Now you got to get
And I'm
up.
like, oh my God. So I'm shining my phone light up on this thing. It's 3 a.m. He's trying to get the battery out. He can't. So he like is trying to pull it. And the whole
house goes off.
The
at 3
siren
in the
goes
morning.
off.
The sirens.
Okay.
For everything.
for everything. It could have
And
set off
I end
the
up
whole,
just like pulling it off.
but it keeps
And
going.
it keeps going. So now I'm going to the breaker
Okay, by
panel,
the way,
and
I
I'm
look at the
throwing
camera.
breakers.
Abigail is slowly like, what is happening? Like,
I know. Now
you
she's
see her
waking
moving.
up.
This is piercingly loud.
Now,
so I grab her out
I
of
am
bed because
so
she's up,
upset,
and I
'cause
run
we're
her
like-
physically outside of the building because I'm
Yeah.
like, this is going
By
to
the
break
way,
her
I couldn't
eardrums.
find you guys. I was like, I looked and I was like, I got it shut off finally, and I was like, I don't see anything, and I'm like, oh well, maybe in my mind I was like, maybe some miracle happened and they slept through
Maybe
it.
everyone's sleeping in the other room. No,
You were gone.
We were because
I found you outside.
because
It reminds
Pepper-
me of like elementary school when everyone
Everyone
runs out and
vacates the
it's
building.
like the fire alarm drill and there's like just like armies of kids.
Well,
like,
when you
all
live in an
outside.
apartment, have you ever had that? There's one time in my life when I lived in like a condo apartment, the entire building went off and everyone's outside in their PJs, like huddled up, like, oh my God. You're
Okay.
seeing people in a state you never wanted to see them in. Like,
So when I was in college,
oh, you pulled the alarm on purpose. I can already see where this is going.
No. And Maria, I need Maria to make a short of this so I can send it to my friends.
Oh my God.
But here's the deal. We when I was in college, and military college, and so we went and marched in the St. Patrick's Day Parade in New York City. And
that's
so
right, I
when I
remember
was
this.
I think I was a freshman or
Okay.
rat, and we stayed on. Basically, they put us on this aircraft carrier, a small boat next to the aircraft carrier, the Enterprise the Intrepid or something. And
I'm so confused. You were on a boat or you
we're
were
on a
plane?
boat. No, we're on a boat. We're sleeping on a boat. They put us all in
Oh,
a ship, like a
sleeping.
Navy ship.
Okay.
We're sleeping in it. Okay. To go to this. Well, I never drank in high school or anything like that, but we went out with a bunch of cadets and we all drank a little bit too much. So Craig and
No,
I,
not we all.
okay, well, several of us, Craig and I for sure. So we're on this boat, and I
Should be
wake up.
naming him.
I wake up at 1 a.m, and the entire ship's fire alarm drills are going off. It's like red lights are like fading, and people are running by. Well, Craig had actually thrown up, and it was like dripping onto the ground, and people are slipping and sliding. in
No.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it's horrible. It's horrible. I lean over, and I'm still kind of tipsy, and I just start laughing, right? And then I roll back over and go back to bed. Everyone on the ship, okay, we're talking hundreds of people, are all accounted for except for two, me and Craig.
You got in so much trouble.
Oh my gosh, did we get in trouble? No, we got 2 months confinement for this.
Oh my. Did you ever come off the ship?
No, we slept through it. No, I mean, the next day we got off the ship. I think they woke us up. I think they had to wash guys off in the bathrooms and stuff.
my
Like it was,
God,
it was
gross.
pretty bad.
Gross.
But that's like my big fire alarm story that I have.
The fire alarm that you didn't
I
participate
did
in.
not participate in it, and it was
How
like
do
a
you know it
ship-wide
was
drill.
Craig's throw up and not yours?
Well, because Craig was above me. And so he was there.
On
and
a
I was,
bunk?
Yeah. And so it was
Gross.
coming down, hitting my bunk, going to the next bunk,
That's
and going to the
nasty.
ground. Yeah.
It's pretty
oh, gosh.
nasty.
And we were 18, 19 years old.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've got stories.
What's
Never
so
thrown
great
up
is
in a
that there's
bunk.
no video proof of this stuff. You know, like I could tell the story.
There
you
was
could use your
this video I
imagination.
saw the other day of this guy just walking down the street to like a song, and he's like, "Yeah," and it's like when you were 20, you did
I
this,
saw.
this, and
How
that.
come
but-
that we see in my mind, like I know the guy had a mustache, right?
Yeah,
He
or
was
whatever.
black,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he was like peace.
Yeah.
And it was basically like grew up in the 80s, no cameras.
Party, there's no evidence.
proof.
You're just like living life, like, yeah, life is good.
Yeah. Like I can claim that. And it was funny is that it was like grew up in the 80s, and I'm sitting there going, I kind of actually, but I think it said like born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s,
Yeah.
whatever. And I'm sitting there going, shit, that's
You're
like
even older
a
than that guy.
Yeah, I'm like a decade older.
I was that guy.
I grew up in the 80s. Like
Yeah.
I am a Goonie, right?
Yes.
So any 80s child's a Goonie. So
I know.
I mean, if you're worth a
But
shit.
yeah, last night Abigail slept through the night and nothing crazy happened aside from the fact that you came home from the airport in the middle of the
so
night.
glad.
But I'm literally like, it's either she's up.
Part of me wanted
Or-
to wake her up and just cuddle her.
I know you missed her.
Yeah.
Although she was a bit.
I looked at her on the thing, and then she moved and everything, and then part of me is like,
You're like, oh,
sleep.
are you gonna
And
get
then
up?
part of me was like, if you wake up, I'm gonna cuddle you. I'm gonna cuddle you. So,
But you got her this morning and she was happy to see you, and then you got a little
oh
bit
gosh,
of a cold shoulder.
it's amazing. Like it's like immediately she just smiled and she kind of just fell in, and I kind of held her, and we just did a little rocking back and forth. And then I got her dressed and everything else, and we got her down, and part of it could have been I got her to try to hold her own bottle for a little bit because
Oh,
you're like
'cause I
doing that,
did.
and she kind of looked at me and glared at me like, hey, like mommy can get away with this shit, but like dad, you like spoil me and hold my bottle.
No, she knows you will give her anything that you're eating. She drinks you were gone for 2 days. You give her sips of your unsweet tea, which I have never drank tea in my entire life.
It's
like
sweet
it's
tea.
such a Florida thing, but or Southern
Southern thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I never grew up on tea. It was never in my house. All that little girl, your Yeti was
Tea.
on the counter.
Tea.
She's like, tea. Tea. I'm like, no, girlfriend, I'm not drinking tea, so you're not drinking tea.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah. No,
wait
I
for
love
dad
giving
to
her
come
some
home.
tea, and this morning she had some of my toast, and she was just like, more. You know, I'm just like, okay, here you go. I'll keep giving you little teeny.
Well,
things.
I've taught her the word please to be polite.
Yeah, tea, please, more, please.
No, but it's not only just for food.
It's everything.
Now, anytime you're doing anything, please, 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 and you're like, oh my god, I've
Reminds
created
me of
a
Reminds
monster.
me of a movie. It'll come to me. I want to say Labyrinth, but I'm not sure if that's actually the one.
Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Please, please. Oh, you know what it is? It's Dark Crystal.
I have no idea. You and your movies.
It's the one. My cousin knows this one movie.
Okay.
whatever.
Well, I'm going back to the notes because I'm lost as to what but we did have a big thing happen while you were in Dallas is we got a home inspection.
Yeah,
the
like
platform.
we are iterating every week on working and growing our home inspections, and oh, we don't even know this. This is so exciting. So we changed out the whole call logs because I was like, there's no way that we're not getting signups. Like when you look at the amount of traffic that's coming, so I'm like, maybe people are just calling these inspectors. So we built this entire thing out. We phone numbers.
So wait, hold on. Just to make sure I understand, we've created a platform where people can go to try to either
Yes.
find an inspection or go on as an inspector and offer their services for inspections that need to be had. And so what you're saying is that there are inspectors that are on our platform making themselves available if people need it.
Yep.
And it offers their contact information. So what you're saying is that there's a possibility people are going to the site, finding an inspector, and just calling
we're
them
not
direct.
shielding them. We're not shielding them
Okay.
and who their information is. So we have a phone number there, and their phone number, and you could click to call it. And so I was like, maybe people are getting direct calls. And so we swapped it out. We created Twilio numbers that then route to their phone numbers.
Oh.
And then we record it, and then we use AI to determine whether or not a booking took place. And I checked it the other day, and I was like, "Oh yeah, there's no calls or anything." I
But
was
now
like,
there is.
I logged in this morning. There was 2 calls.
Hey.
And one of them is just like, "Hey, can you come by?" It's like, "Hey, I need a 4-point for this thing." The guy said, and the inspector's like, "Yeah, I'll probably do it on Tuesday because it's the holiday and the weekend."
Amazing.
And so I'm literally sitting there and I'm going,
You just got that
Shit.
guy a deal. Like
Yeah,
his
like that
information
is a
was
sale.
on.
So that's
Someone said,
another
like, I
sale.
found you through
Yes.
homeinspections.com.
And so if someone sits there and goes, "Hey, I'm not getting any bookings through you," I can go to the call logs and be like, "Yeah, but you're getting a call every other day."
Right.
And what's better is that if they give
That's smart.
Yeah. So if they give the address and they go through the booking and everything else, then literally we can create the order from the conversation.
Okay. So it shows up as an order in the system.
Yes.
Wow.
And so the inspector's kind of like, oh shit, like I can no longer shield the calls. you
Right.
know? So if
say I'm not getting, it's not worth, well, they're not going to stop paying because they know that that's where they're getting the leads.
absolutely,
from.
but
So-
the only way we make money is if it's in the system.
Oh, I see.
Right.
I see.
And so now, if we can take payment over there's still some things to work through. But anyway, I'm super
Well,
excited.
it's all a learning experience.
Got
and
our
it
other
continues
first
to-
comprehensive. I'm sorry, we got our first 4-point WinMit combination inspection ordered yesterday while I was gone, and that came through, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Because I see the dev orders come through, and it's us just practicing and everything.
Well,
And then-
testing the
And
software,
then
yeah.
we're testing the software. So then I see an order, I'm just like, "Wait a second."
You're like, this
what?
isn't test.
That-
This
that's
is
not
not
a dev
a
order.
test. No.
And so the team got to ring the bell yesterday.
Nice.
And I asked him, I was on the phone, I was like, "You guys ring the bell?" Because we have a bell in the office for signify
Oh, the
any
sales.
money or
Yeah.
revenue that we generate and stuff.
awesome.
Which technically, I mean, if we did it for like every PO if we actually did it for all of our stuff, this bell would ring all day long. We really kind of keep it focused on the new stuff we're building and to celebrate those wins.
Well, it's big milestones.
Because otherwise, the bell would probably get a little old,
yeah, I'm
right?
sure it would.
It'd just be like, "Yeah, we made money,"
Would they be, we made money.
And well, actually, it's not that we made money because there's a huge difference between getting
Getting an
money
order,
and
yeah.
making money. So
Definitely.
it's kind of like, yeah, revenue. So we do keep it to the special stuff.
Yeah,
And there'll be a day that it won't be as special. But it is part of my vision to show, to
Who
be able to.
knows? I think you change. Like it could be that sometimes in offices you work towards like a certain revenue number or quota.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, we're working to hit this. I remember when we
Well, my
first.
goal for the franchises as we expand those is when we bring someone into our office and we say we want to show you the power of our network and we turn the bell on and we can show all the orders happening in our franchise systems. And if the idea is that if that bell's ringing like ring, 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 it's like, holy shit, you guys are making money. It is a huge like real world indicator. I could show you a graph and be like, hey, we're
So
making
you're
money.
just saying if someone came to visit, you would turn the bell on to be triggered.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it would
yeah.
just go off all
Yeah,
day.
like my thought is that when we grow to the point to where we're bringing potential franchisees into our office,
And you're like, hey, the bell goes off every time an order comes through or something.
and so
it's
imagine
like
instead
real
of
life
like
example.
instead of the bell being kind of in our core cubicle office. Imagine it being inside of our like learning center, like with all the desks where we're giving the classes,
Yeah.
there's a stage.
It's like when you're at the hospital. I know I'm very baby brain right now, but they play the song every
Right.
time a baby's born. And so if
And
you're
you're
in the
like,
hospital, you're like, there goes another one.
There goes another baby. So what we would say is like, hey, you guys are here for the My Pool Boy brand. You know, let's show you what the system sales are like. And so I could show you a graph of sales, or I could hit the toggle, and all of a sudden the bell starts ringing, and it's like, hey, we just made $28. Bling, we made $28. Bling, we 20. And then it'd be like, let me show you the power of our entire system, and then turn it on for all the franchise concepts. And the bell's just like bling, bling, bling. And it's like, this is what we built. And I think that's a huge indicator for someone who's sitting there going, I want to be a part of this organization.
Yeah.
You know, I'm making money.
You're very passionate about the bell right now.
Well, the bell is huge. And you know what? For my father-in-law and mother-in-law who made this bell, I want them to know.
Who brought this bell to
They
life.
brought this bell to life. I want them to know that it is going to be worth every cent of the hundreds that they spent.
What did they powder brush it? What was
They
it?
powder coated it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But it's so
He
funny.
wanted
I
me
sent
to
them a
do
picture
this.
of it.
Okay.
They thought it was like a
We've
little
talked
4-inch
about this
bell.
story before, where they were like, "What does Chris want for his birthday or Christmas?"
Well, no, I actually offered it. I said, hey, if you guys are looking for something to
because
get
he asked
that
me to
would
do
be
it for
special
years,
to
and
me.
I never did, and I
Because
don't
I
know
asked
what the
you
heck I'm
to
doing.
do it, and you were just like, okay, you know.
I got you other things.
No, of course, but
And it was a heavy freaking bell.
first of all, you've got me amazing things that are worth and valued and brought memories to our family that are amazing. I just said,
Like a trip to
hey,
Grenada.
if you, I know that was amazing. I wish you could do that.
We need to go on another
birthday's
trip. Oh my God, that just reminded me. Sorry, you're talking about the bell, but there's this new viral song, the Puerto Rico song. I literally can't get it out of my head.
Do you know that?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what she's talking about. I saw in the notes. I was like, what are you talking about?
No, it's like
It's a Puerto Rican song?
it's like played over and over in my head, even in the middle
How
of
does
the
it
night.
go?
But it's made me wanna go.
Go to Puerto Rico?
Yeah,
Puerto
definitely.
Rico.
I was gonna say we should do our own reel, like it's like the song of the summer.
Okay.
And that we should do one and then post it because it is
Oh, gosh.
absolutely insane
Okay.
right now. So I'm thinking like we could do one at the lake.
Okay, so I've been playing with a lot of ideas for our brands and to come up with something that is like I always want to do like edgy, and I watch a lot of clips that talk about like how you can make something where people want to watch it or don't want to watch it or it's cringeworthy or whatever, but they still watch it. And I came up with an idea for Dusted.
Oh, you're too excited.
Yeah. What if we bought a cow?
A cow?
Yeah. And we
You
made
of all
videos,
people saying
and
this.
we rubbed it with Dusted, and we basically
No.
grow it and make it part of all of our things because we're gonna cook it.
No. No, I'm not okay with
And
it.
we get- and we let people know.
No. No. No.
And
I'm gonna put cow artwork all over you've hated cows so
I
much.
do hate cows, but I was thinking about it. I was like,
No.
this would be such a good thing. Like,
No.
I could be like, hey, here's we can name it, and everyone's gonna get so invested in it, and then we're gonna cook it.
Dottie.
Dottie,
No.
I don't know.
No.
I'm thinking it might be something.
I'm not okay with it. We're not getting a cow. It's not even a discussion. Close it. And if I show up here one day and there's a cow, no.
Okay.
It's not funny. You hate cows.
I know. Trust me, I love to eat cows.
We're not killing a cow.
But see, that's what makes the video so intensely
No,
awesome.
it's not. And we don't need to spend marketing dollars on Dusted.
Okay. You're right. It's going.
Get a stuffed animal.
Look, all right, I got other ideas too.
No, I don't even want to talk
So you're
about
like, what are you doing over there? It's like middle of the night. It's like 3 a.m. and I'm having conversations with AI, and we're coming up with the best stuff. Like,
it. Did AI tell you to get a cow and kill it?
well, no, I was.
You suggested it?
It was like a combination of conversation
We're not
and going
killing an
different
animal.
places, and I thought to myself,
You're not a farmer.
this could be something.
No.
All right. Well, anyways,
I would never
speaking
use
of
a
eating
brand
something-
again if I saw that it like purchased an animal for everyone to fall in love with as a mascot and then killed it. That'd be horrible.
I know. people like steak.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you going to say?
What I was going to say is while I was in Dallas, we went out to dinner, and
Yes, you
there
did.
was a double pork chop.
Well, so you
at
have
the
this
steakhouse.
whole pork. Okay, first of all, this is crazy
I love
because I
pork
thought it
chops.
was yours. We already talked about this the other day.
It
You
was
went out to
expensive.
dinner for your brother's event, ordered a pork chop, sent me a picture, and I was like, oh my God, that looks raw. It ended up being raw. So then
Yes.
here you are out of town again. Send me a picture of this massive thing. I think it's a steak. You say it's pork chop. And I'm like, yo, did you not learn your lesson ordering pork chops this large?
This pork chop was the
No joke. It was
most tender.
3 inches high.
It
No,
was 3 inches high.
Yeah.
Easily.
I've never seen pork that big before in my entire life.
And the
I
guy
thought
said,
it was a
this is
steak.
the biggest pork chop you've ever seen.
Okay, so here I am thinking that he ordered the pork chop. He gets home and says, no, that was somebody else's. I just had a bite. I ordered, hold on, guys. He's at a steakhouse. What did you get for dinner?
Meatloaf.
Fucking meatloaf?
Someone
does that?
Someone said the meatloaf was really good, and I'm thinking at steakhouse, the meatloaf's got to be amazing. It was the shittiest
meatloaf?
That meatloaf was like a 2.
I mean,
It's like a 2. But the mashed potatoes were good, and
first of all, I don't like meatloaf at all, to the point where my mom has made meatloaf for dinner before, and she's like, just come over. I'm making something special. And I'm like, what's for dinner? She's like, I can't tell you, but Chris is going to love it. And I'm like,
I'm
no,
like meatloaf.
I'm not a meatloaf person. It's like,
Do you like hamburger?
I love burgers.
That's meatloaf is like a form of burger.
No. In fact, my mom used to make her burgers like meatloaf.
I just don't like when people put ketchup on their meatloaf. That's gross to me.
My mom and dad put ketchup on their
I
meatloaf.
know. It's I mean, yeah.
Look,
I don't understand
meatloaf
that.
is
Like,
just
maybe like an A1 sauce or something.
a burger should just be the meat.
Anyways, I love her meatloaf. And
Anyway,
she knows it, so that's why she makes it.
we
It's
don't need
special
meatloaf.
for me.
I don't. I could never
I'm gonna
have
make-
meatloaf
I'm
again
gonna make you a
and be
meatloaf.
fine.
I'm
But
gonna
he
make you my meatloaf.
I don't want. I just said I could die happy never eating meatloaf again. I mean it. You know what I do like? Like kofta, like shish kofta. So inappropriate.
Kofta? What is that?
Yeah, it's like a shish kebab, but it's not. It's like
Well, we had lamb the other night, and actually, some good friends met us at the lake.
anyway, it is typically like a Mediterranean dish where
Yeah.
you like mix like onions and stuff and garlic in with the ground meat and a bunch of fresh herbs, and you grill it and you put it with like tzatziki.
Well,
That
I'm
is
not
good,
like a huge,
but it's no
I
breadcrumbs.
do like a hero when there's like shaved ham
Ooh,
or
I do too.
lamb,
But that's
or
very
whatever.
different. This is ground.
But most lamb
Very
I don't
moist.
like a lamb shanks. But the little pork chop looking lamb things we had.
They're called lamb chops.
Okay, those lamb chops that
Pork
we had.
chop looking lamb things.
Those lamb chops. Okay,
Well,
first of
we-
all, they brought a huge bag of them, and our friend, he cooked them up perfect. Like those things were cooked like perfect.
I know.
They melted in your mouth. Like I
Yes.
was like,
They came to visit us at the lake
And
this weekend, and they were
use
like,
Montreal steak seasoning on it,
he did, which is delicious.
which I would never put on a steak, but on the lamb chops. Ooh, doggy.
So they were like, we'll bring lamb chops as an appetizer. And I'm like, appetizer? Like, this is like a full on meal here. Like, it
Yeah.
felt, but it was perfect just to have like a couple little bites. We didn't cook them all. And so they were like, oh, you can bring the rest of them home. So I'm all excited. I'm like, oh,
I'm excited.
These
I'm like,
were
because they were so
amazing.
good at the lake. I'm like, oh my god,
So good. We had them on the grill at the lake. We don't have a grill at home. We were going to
It's
use
like
the cast
now
iron.
there's only 2 of us, so it's like double the lamb.
And I was
chops.
going to make a sauce and have like potatoes with them. And it was going to
so
do so
good.
good. Anyway, burned the shit out of these.
And you did something to the asparagus. You were having a night.
The potatoes were good.
The potatoes were okay.
Oh my God.
I mean, comparatively to everything else, they were.
You just ate a
best part of the
meatloaf at a
dish.
steakhouse and you're complaining about my meal. But it was weird. It was like
No,
the lamb
I
chops
wasn't
were
complaining
like
about your meal.
the
They-
lamb
they
chops
ended
were
up
burned on the
perfect.
outside and then like raw on the inside. We had to put them back in
Yeah,
the
you seared
pan.
them
It
too
was
much.
I
and-
know it was no
but,
good.
But here's the thing:
pan
is
was
like
too hot.
you cook so amazingly all the time. There are times where it's kind of like, hey, yeah. Like,
Well, also it's
I'm
like
not
I
gonna
feel like I'm in the
lie.
middle of no. I feel like I'm. It's like Abigail's going to bed. I'm trying to get something cooked so we can eat before she wakes up crying again. It's like
Yeah,
I'm out of sorts at home lately.
yeah. Anyways, it all turned out good. It all turned out well.
It was fine.
It was fine.
You say you give your opinion. He eats every night now, like he's on MasterChef, and he's like, "Well, you're very critical."
I'm not critical at all. You ask me, how is it? I go, it's great. And you're like, no, really tell me how it is. I'm like, no, it's really good. No, tell me how it really.
If you
It's
like something,
the
he'll like
third
take a bite
time-
and be like, "Ooh, this is so good," and then he'll go back for more. But when you don't, you're just like, "It's okay."
No, that's not the
pretty
case. I
good.
eat a lot less these days, and so
That's true.
it's literally
as
for
big of
me.
an
It's kind of
appetite.
like this is enjoyable.
But
and-
we had a really busy. First of all, there's multiple things we still haven't talked about. I just saw the time before we keep talking about lamb chops. But we had a really busy Sunday. We came home. We had a kid's birthday celebration that we were going to go to, and then your niece, who's kind of interning here in Florida,
yeah, interning at a
marine
aquatic
research
marine
laboratory.
research lab.
She was
Yeah.
going to come and visit us. So we came straight home from the lake on Sunday, went straight to the kids' birthday party, straight home to do dinner with our family. And the decor at this, it was like an under the sea.
Yeah, I mean, our friend, her creativity and craftiness is amazing, and
Out of this
you
world.
kind of like walked into it, and I could feel like sparkling blue light on me.
Well,
and
it's
I looked
hilarious
up,
because-
and she had tarped off this like
Entire
water scene,
ceiling.
and then she above it she had like the shadows of like
It was like you were scuba diving, looking
stingrays
up.
and sharks. It was like, yeah, it was like hey, looking up to the sky, and you could see the shadows of these things,
And
I'm
like the light coming through, like as if it was water. It looked
was
so cool.
amazing.
And but we were going over there and I was like, "Oh my gosh, we only have an hour." I was already texting your family to be like, "Hey, we're going to be a little bit late." And you were
Yeah.
like, "We're not going to be late. It'll be fine. We're going to walk in here, we'll say hi to these kids for 15 minutes and we're going to go."
30 minutes.
Anyway, so
40
like
minutes.
we walked in, it felt like we blinked. Like it was like
my gosh,
so,
it was so
fast.
fast.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, "Okay, we got to go." Your poor niece was waiting at our house for us to show back up. But it right towards the end, Abigail was having a blast and then she wasn't. And we were like, "What in
Oh
the
yeah,
world?"
because she got hit in the face with a dog tail.
Well, that's what we thought.
Yeah, and then it ended up just being bugs in her eyes.
Well, yeah. So we get home. She like wouldn't stop like picking in her eye, and we get home, and your niece saw her for the first time in like 6 months or
She's
whatever,
like,
and
why
she was
is
like,
there a love bug in your eye?
she was like, "There's a dead bug in her eye." I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I
yeah,
felt so
great,
bad.
great parents.
No, I mean I couldn't.
How
get
did we
it out
not
of
see that?
She closed her eyes in the car for a minute, so it finally came out. It was right underneath
It was
her eye. It was
underneath somewhere.
yeah.
Poor
so
thing.
I
She
know.
was she was
Really
like,
upset about
ah, you know, and you're looking at her like, what's wrong? You know, she's, like
I know,
you know,
they can't tell
can't say what's wrong.
Yeah,
You know, which is what they say as they get older, they can articulate.
Yeah.
You know, it's
More
like it doesn't
tantrums,
necessarily it doesn't get better. It's just that they can articulate like, I got a bug in my eye. You know, just screaming. Screaming's still there. It's just, but
I
just,
know.
you know, don't touch me.
But it was really nice. And then we're like driving to this kid's birthday party, and he's like, "What are your thoughts on kids' birthday parties? We're not going to do kids' birthday parties."
The problem is when you start getting a lot of friends that all have kids, and then if you start doing the math, let's say you got six kids in your friend group. That's a party every 2 months. That's a weekend. That's
Well, and
gone.
we have friends who have like a 4-year-old, you know, they're reaching that like, you know, preschool stage or kindergarten stage where they're like really meeting a lot of people. And they've got a boat, you know, that they take out on the ocean and in the intercoastal. And almost every weekend he's like, "Another kid's birthday party."
Right.
And it's like,
the other thing
oh
is like
my God.
you take your close friend group and their kids, and then all of a sudden you go to school and your kid makes friends with 20 other kids.
Yeah.
Then you befriend 3 of them.
It becomes a thing, you
Becomes a
know?
thing.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for that.
No, we decided
wanna
on
do it.
experiences.
Yeah, I'm just not into it.
Yeah. I know.
Here's the thing. If we're in town and we're not going anywhere and it's going to take up a couple hours, sure, why not? But think about it. We got to buy a gift. We got to buy a car. I gotta
Well,
wrap
by the way,
present.
just so
We
you
gotta
know,
get
I'm
up.
buying the
I
gift
got an
anyway.
hour to get up to
If
go.
we can't
Got
go to
an
the
hour
party,
to
they're
go.
still getting a gift for your information.
I'm fine with that. the thing now, people are just so lazy. It's like, oh, I sent you a gift. It's on Amazon. What's your address? And it's like, you want this gift wrapped, and then Amazon throws in a purple bag. It's
I
like,
know.
here's your gift.
Amazon really needs to step their gift.
They
wrapping
need to
up.
step up the whole.
They
gift
could
thing.
charge a lot more if you know how they used to in like the
should have
department stores.
robots.
Do the department stores still do that around Christmas time?
100% they do.
I bet they do.
Oh, they do. My uncle did it for years.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I
Yeah.
used to. I don't need to now.
I used to
'cause
look
have
at
you.
I used to look at his rapping and be like you're my inspiration, which is part of why rap is good. But he never fucking rapped.
Yeah.
It was the department stores.
Well, I'm glad that he did that because it made you into the best rapper in the world.
I am the best rapper I know,
Yeah. No, for sure.
hands down.
I've never met one better.
Like to me, rapping, especially for Christmas,
I'd like
is
you
part of the decor.
next Christmas. Should we put you in a department store? just for like an hour.
and wrap people's gifts.
Yeah. And see how you do.
I'll tell you what.
You'd probably really enjoy that.
I would probably go there and bring my own wrapping paper.
No, they'd have like the best creme of the crop, like paper in there for you to choose from. Super thick.
They have good paper.
Yeah.
At the stores.
Yeah.
I mean, we have good paper at our house.
We do have.
We have a paper rack holder now.
I know we do.
I built last year.
We do. We talked about it right here.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Anything we've missed before we leave for the day? Oh, I was going to talk about rental cars versus Ubers. It's so interesting. In fact,
Oh gosh, I didn't tell you this. So on the way back to the airport, so my Uber rides were like $6 to $9.
well, that's what I was
wherever
going to
went.
say. When you were in Dallas, it's very cheap. It's like you show up, they're available, they
Yeah.
come quickly, they're not that expensive,
But
so it wasn't worth
To
renting a
the
car.
airport and back was $36.
And how far was the ride?
8 miles.
Not far.
Not far. And so on the way back to the airport, the guy asked me, he goes, "Hey, do you mind me asking how much you paid for this fare?" And I said, "No, not at all. I paid $36. He goes, "Oh, okay, interesting." I go, "So what do you got? Was it like a 70-30 split? Like you get 70, they get 30?
Is this
like,
Uber or Lyft?
This is Lyft. He goes, "No, it's flipped." He goes, "I got $10 for this fare. And then they'll reimburse me for the
Toll.
The toll." And I go, "Well, the toll must be like $15. He's like, "The toll's $2.
Wow.
And so literally on a 30, he goes, they
so Uber
overcharge.
knows, they know the airport.
They
People need to get to and
overcharge.
from where they're going.
But here's the thing, they're not passing that money to the driver.
I know, it's wild. They're just taking
They're
it.
just taking it.
Yeah.
And
Crazy.
it's like,
talk about profitability.
and he goes, they know that you're going to pay more because you're at
You
the
have
airport.
to get there.
Like you have to get there.
Yeah.
You don't have an option.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that's really shitty.
But there's some cities. So, like, we did host a conference the other day in Washington, D.C. I felt really, really bad. I very rarely make mistakes like this. But there were two Westons. One was a 2-minute walk to the conference. The other was a 20-minute walk to the conference. And I booked the wrong Weston for these sales reps. And so they were like, "Oh, we're at this other Weston. It's confusing. They're very similar names, blah, blah, whatever." And I'm like, "Well, that totally blows. I'm really sorry. Just Uber and the company will pay for you to, get to where you need to be." Well, DC is terrible for Lyfts and Ubers. I remember when I used to go visit my friend there all the time. You sit there for 20 minutes and then the time keeps extending and extending and you cannot find cars. And you'd think such a big city like DC, it'd be good. It's not at all. And like showing up to Asheville, North Carolina, even though 2 years ago it was literally the hippest spot and the one place you wanted to be, you show up to the Asheville airport, good luck getting an Uber. No, they got old school taxis. You're like, okay, get me to where I need to go.
Well, and the thing is if people can't make a good living
Right.
doing it, they're not going to do it.
Yeah, there's no
And
market
that's the
for
point.
it.
Like, you're
Well, in
sitting
North
there
Carolina,
driving.
it's like your GPS just doesn't work in the mountains.
I asked the guys, like, "Hey, are you going to get since you're here at the airport, are you going to get one to go back?" He's like, "Nah, I'm turning this thing off and going to my grandson's birthday party or something." I was like, "Oh, that's awesome."
Sometimes it's really weird. Sometimes people just do rides to and from the airport, which if they're not getting the fee for it.
Well, that's the thing is I thought to myself, and if you think about it, it's like, well, then everyone's going to hang out at the airport because the fares are bigger.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, I don't know. They've obviously got the math figured out, but it did seem to suck that there was such a
Yeah.
disparity between what
it's
the charge was.
And I never know what the difference is. Years ago, it used to be like Uber's highway robbery. There were a bunch of people who did Uber and Lyft, and they were like ready to drop Uber and only do Lyft. But I don't know if something's changed or not. I've never personally known.
Well, we're headed into Memorial Day weekend.
I know, it's exciting. We're going to the lake tomorrow.
Yeah, it's
We're gonna
exciting.
get to the lake
I
every
actually
single
just
weekend.
realized that I did not do my Memorial Day video yet. So I gotta probably do that before I leave today because I'm not gonna be in the office tomorrow.
And don't forget, you have a tech event tonight.
And I have a tech event tonight. It's gonna be
Busy.
So maybe I'll do one from the lake instead.
Well, that's where we're going to do our
Seems
Puerto Rico
self-serving.
viral video.
Is that already the Puerto Rico viral video?
I don't think we can do. I think you just need to figure out what you're going to do.
I'll
Before
have
you
to do
leave
it here today.
Yeah.
Let's figure it out.
With Maria's help. I can't be held responsible for
No, can't be
the filming.
responsible.
I can judge other people's filming, but I can't do it myself.
I know.
Otherwise,
I
then
need her-
the judgment
I need her to do
would
it,
just
so.
blow open.
All right, well, see you next week.
See
I'll see you
ya.
next weekend, but we'll see you guys next week.